That's it. Aren't they supposed to be green? I think everyone could hear us before, but they can hear us better now because we're on the microphone. And we're going to try it up there like that. We're really tired. Hi, by the way. Welcome back to, should we say welcome back to our channel? We could do. Welcome back to our channel, which is, we've just changed our banner to our new logo and our new branding, which, by the way, just looks awesome and I love it. So we're still the Green Witches of Ireland, obviously, because that's our name that we chose. But I just noticed, like, it looks weird because I'm like sitting up here.
That's because I'm like lying in my chair.
You are lying in your chair and you're tired too.
And I feel really flushed. Like, it's really hot in here.
It is hot in here. I said that earlier. I was walking around the shopping centre going, it's really warm today.
I wasn't
it feels
hot in the
really warm.
shopping centre, but I'm hot now.
Flushed.
Hot lady flushes. Hot lady flushes. Old lady flushes.
Hot lady flushes.
We are
That's
hot
hilarious.
ladies.
Yeah. Someone has to appreciate the old hotness.
Julie would.
Julie would. Yeah, we met a friend of hers today. So anyway, we haven't done one in a hot minute because we say that every time we're on, we're so busy, but we are so busy. It's just because, you know what, when you're a carer for somebody as well, or like a sudden sort of care, or you're going through a caring illness where you have to like rehabilitate somebody, it takes up a massive amount of time.
But at the same time, we also work. We both work
full time as well.
We're mothers. We are generating new stuff for the Green Witches of Ireland. Like, there is so much exciting stuff coming.
I mean, I just printed that out, so it doesn't actually look exact. It probably is going to be pretty similar colour to that.
Yeah. Look, we've got business cards coming.
The little tricorder clover in the middle.
We're creating new things. We've got workshops coming up. We've got Circle coming up.
Why are we branding ourselves? Well, we're not really branding ourselves. I suppose we are. We are not doing it for any commercial reason or this, that, and the other. But we want to, we have these big-ish plans in terms of building the community, or maybe building the community is not the right word, but like just maybe connecting the community to the right people, because it's really hard to find witchy sort of stuff within your community because it's very word of mouth. It still is very like that. It's very cloak and dagger. We've been to lots of things, as we said before. The reason we even created the Green Witches of Ireland is because I was doing my own thing just as a regular practicing witch, and I had no plans to go public with anything. And then, until Kira came along, and then Kira was like, yeah, we should be doing this, and we should be doing that. I was like, oh my God, should we? And actually it probably started, I wrote a book, so it was back in COVID. It still isn't published because I haven't done anything to publish it. That's because I'm still doing the illustrations. And
because she's chicken, but
I'm a bit chicken too.
I'm here.
It's a witchcraft book, and it's a
great book. Oh my God! Everybody should have a copy.
It's not a how-to guide or anything like that. It's actually a fictional book, so it has 27 different stories about witches in it.
But they're not they're your fictional stories, but they're based on the history.
Yeah, they're based on history and different things, but they're fictional characters, I guess you could say. What I mean is, it's not like a correspondence book, like, this is the colour you need for this or this. Yeah. It's none of that sort of stuff. It's more of a journey or a submersion into witchcraft through narrative, through storytelling. Anyway, so I wrote 27 stories, and I have it's all done. I've actually already laid it out, ready for publishing. But I want images on each side, and I have nearly all the images completed, but I have to transfer them into my iPad, and then I have to redo them, and I haven't drawn in a hot minute, so I come back to it. I'm just thinking, where did I put I was looking to see where my little book is for my illustration. I don't even, this would say, how am I going to finish it when I don't even know where my illustration book is?
That's okay, you'll find it.
Actually, now I'm worried about where I might have put it.
It'll be somewhere in here.
Yeah, but it should always be here because this is where I work on it. I'm looking around, there's shit on my desk. Oh, I don't know. Maybe did I put it in here? Hang on, I'm going off on a tangent.
Just a bit of a freak out here, but that's okay. You want me to dance?
Why would I have moved that? Oh, it's fucking here. Shit. Oh my god, it was actually where I said it was. I just couldn't see it. I have a bunch of shit on top of it. It's just in like this shitty little notepad. But these are they're like stamped drawings and stuff, so, oh, you can't even see it. So I've got little pictures for each one because I wanted like a symbol for each one. And anyway, I've got to transfer it over into my iPad and then redo it. Oh god, I'm just looking at them now going, I actually still quite like that. I did them years ago. I don't like that one. I have to redo that one. Okay, anyway, let's not worry about that. And then there's all my practice drawings, which were terrible. Oh, they weren't terrible, but I was just going through different things. Anyway, there's no such thing as terrible. You can't be embarrassed because at the end of the day, you have to just, everything's practice, including art and writing and anything.
And witchcraft.
And witchcraft. So anyway, never mind that. So I will put that. I'm actually going to plan to try and do it, but I should just set myself a deadline for December. Anyway, why did I even say that? Oh, I was like, why was I talking about that? I was talking about it because of our branding.
And different projects that are
yes, and we've different. So I had originally registered a business name about 5 years ago, but then I never did anything with it and I didn't really like it, and I did it for the book because I was like, oh, do I want to put it under my name or do I want to put it under this? And I had all these sort of other plans that never came to fruition. I didn't do anything with them to make them come to fruition. But then as we just sort of like organically, things just happened with us, didn't they? And then I gave you the book to, because I was very private about it, so I never told anybody. I can't even remember how you found out. I think I might have just mentioned
your parents told me when they were here.
My parents. See, my parents. Can't trust my parents. Oh, it was my parents. That's right.
They were like,
my dad was like, you wrote a book. And I was like,
what?
I know. And I was like, oh, I wasn't.
And I was like, can I read it? Can I read it? And you were like, no. I'll read you one story.
I'll read you one story.
Please, can I read it? No. And then literally 2 months later, she came to my house one day. She's like, I've got something for you, but I do need it back. And I was like, oh, what is it? She was like, it's my book. You can read it. And I was like, yes!
Yeah, so
it's so good.
I gave you a copy. That's right, I remember now. Like, which is so dumb because when you think about it, it's like, well, if I was going to publish it, everyone was going to read it. So what was I?
Because you're too scared.
I was too scared.
But I'm going to make you do it.
It was in case people didn't think it was good. Who
cares?
I know, who cares? We should. I know we have to channel I need to channel Danny more. It's like, who gives a shit? I dedicated so much. Yeah, I dedicated a lot. It took me 2 years to fully write.
There you go. That's all that matters. If you like it, that's all that matters.
I know, and I did send it to a couple of witches I know back home to read bits and pieces of it to get their opinion, and they loved it. But then, you know what it's like. You get very like, you're very self-deprecating sometimes when you do stuff, and you're like, yeah, but still. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to put it out there because I wrote it, and I'm like, I'm not going to just not do anything with it. I'm going to make you do it.
Anyway, so that's a big project.
Anyway, that's a big project, but that was the whole reason why we've rebranded. Well, not really rebranded, but why we've decided to brand, because I did originally do it, but then I didn't like the name and I never did anything with it. And as we've started to we want to connect the community more with witch stuff. Mm-hmm. And we want to connect the witchy community, and we want to be of service to the witchy community. And we want to be, and vice versa, right? Like, I'm always looking to learn and meet new people, and I'd love to learn people's practice. Like, if I hear of a witch who came from here and this, that, and the other, I'm like, oh my God, I bet you she does. She has loads of information, and it's so good to just soak up all that knowledge.
Yeah.
I love all of that stuff. I love learning new things and incorporating it into my practice and then telling other people about it. So that's the whole point of the brand, and how we like to portray ourselves, I guess, and moving forward, because when we do eventually put this stuff out here, we need to have this stuff in place. So that is why our name is different, and this is what it looks like.
The name is not different. The name is the same. It's just, it looks
different from my original one. And it looks different, I guess. Yes, it looks different because this is the actual brand, the marketing of it, you would say, I guess.
Yeah. We've got business cards coming.
which we do need because we go to the Soul Cauldron quite a bit. We've had like a really beautiful relationship with them. Again, just totally happened accidentally and organically. And we've met quite a few people in there who do different things just through literally talking. And they've been reaching out to us, asking us, we should do this or, we should do that. So, and they've been asking for like, do you not have a business card? And we're like, no, we haven't done any of that stuff. So we were like, we really need to get business cards.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, the Soul Cauldron is in, I think it's Brisbane Street in Ipswich in the old flour mill. So if you live in
that area,
in South East Queensland, Brisbane area, definitely go and check them out. Marina and Paul are beautiful people.
Oh,
beautiful space.
They have a beautiful space, yeah.
We host workshops there. We're hosting a circle there in 2 weeks. It's just fabulous.
Which is so no time at all to prepare because we literally only just decided to do it, and then we were hemming and hawing. We were hemming and hawing, so I was like, "Oh, 2 weeks isn't a long time," and
I'm like, "It's plenty of time, plenty of time."
And then Kira was like, "Fuck it."
I just don't have a lot of patience for stuff like that. Like if I've got an idea and I want, to
know That's why we're great together because I'm not skeptical, but I'm very hesitant. But then we had this real epiphany earlier. But this is really just a chat podcast today.
Yeah.
We had this chat earlier and we literally spent the last 2 days together, like fully.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I need her in my life and that's just the way it is. And we were talking about this and like, I was saying, like, oh, and I think this, and then I'm like worried this will happen, I'm worried that'll happen, and Kira's like, but what did you say? You said that's because you live in...
You're basically waiting for the Tower tarot card to happen.
Which was really, I love that she uses witchy metaphors.
And that is the card that you hate the most, but that's
I do hate the Tower card the
what
most.
You're waiting for to happen in your life every single time.
Which is a misconception because the Tower is not bad news, but... in my life, anytime I get the Tower, it signifies not necessarily bad. Yes, bad news, but I know there is good that comes from change. I know that, but I really, really, really just detest change, and I really hate it when it comes sudden, and it sort of throws me for a loop, and it makes me chaotic. And usually, the change that happens in my life is always filled with like really incredible challenge that really stresses me out, and I have bad anxiety as well. So. When the Tower comes up, I'm like, no, get back in there. But absolutely not.
Yeah, but it also stops you from not so much seeing the good in something, but that's what makes you hesitate.
A little bit.
Because you're literally waiting. You're not, like, I'm very optimistic about everything, and I'm like, fuck it, let's just do it, and if it works, and if it doesn't, then we set it to the side.
So am I a pessimist?
I wouldn't say you're a pessimist, you're a hesitantist.
I'm a hesitantist.
Sounds like you're a dentist.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, because I'm a joyful type of person.
Yeah, you're not a pessimist.
But I don't. I think if we're doing anything like that, I always think, oh my god, it might not work, and I might do this, and this might happen, and this might happen.
What if this happens?
I do. You were so right. I live in a Tower stage all the time, like as if I'm in the Tower card all the time.
You're literally waiting for something
bad to
happen.
But again, that is because of life experience.
And that's a very...
bad things happen quite right. Not bad, that maybe not the right term, but like there's always difficult things that happen all the time in my life. And I always say to you, I can feel happy in the moment, and then I'm filled with sort of, not filled with dread, but I do get this like, oh my God, but like I'm just not sure. And
or like you're waiting for something
to work on it to happen. We all have these things, and again, we were talking today about witchy friends and just friendships in general, and like being a part of girl groups, and female friends are so important in women's lives. And like that is what is so wonderful about our friendship and our, like, we're more than friends really, we're sisters, but that is because we balance each other out, and like we're so similar in lots of ways, but then we're also the opposite in lots of ways.
Like I struggle with anxiety too, but I think mine is a different type of
Yours
anxiety.
is totally different, Like I can stand up and talk to people and it doesn't bother me, and I can do like an event and it doesn't bother me, but yet you need like 10 nervous wheeze before you go on.
Yeah, once I'm on, I'm fine.
Yeah,
but you take
I'm
me
like,
anywhere,
I'm like not nervous beforehand.
Yeah.
But I'm always nervous about like, I don't know if this is right.
I think that's why I just want to jump in, because if I just jump in, I don't have time to think about it.
No.
So when we were talking about doing the circle in 2 weeks' time, I knew that if I got it locked in, I couldn't back out of it.
No, that's true. Yeah, that's true, actually. Once you post it, it's like it's out there. It's like if you were hesitant to start a podcast, or you're hesitant to start a public Instagram page or whatever, you just literally have to start. You just literally have to just hit record or take a photo or just put it out there, because the thing is too, you will attract the right type of people for your vibe, and that is what you want. There's always going to be weird things and weird people and different stuff, but at the end of the day, you will attract the type of people that you want to attract.
Yeah.
And everyone has something to offer. The thing is too, everyone has something to offer to the community. We're not saying we know more or less, or the stuff we know is just different. And, I guess as well, ours is really deeply enrooted in Celtic lore and, Irish and British for me as well, because I have a very British heritage, because my parents are both British. And I was born and raised in Ireland. And my grandmother's German, so I have that too. But you have very Scottish. Yours is very Scottish, or your mum's is fully Scottish, and your dad's very Irish.
No, my mum's mum was Irish. My mum's dad was Scottish.
Yes.
But
your dad's side is very Irish.
Yeah. But the thing is, there could be 100 people out there saying the exact same thing as us.
Yeah, of course.
We just say it in a way that will resonate with some people and not resonate with others. Yeah. So there is room for everyone.
Of course.
Every aspect.
Yeah, I'm going to say what Danny said. There's no competition in magic.
There's not.
There's no competition in magic. And I absolutely love that phrase, because there is no competition in magic. You can just do what you want to do. We're supposed to be inspired by other people. We're supposed to be inspired by pictures or art or books that we read, or poems or genres or people. It doesn't matter. And when we're inspired, we usually go into a stage of self-expression and creativity, whatever that might be. And the wonderful thing about the craft is that you get to be creative constantly with your spells, with your manifestations, with your intentions, with anything that you want to do, really. Is all about creativity and self-expression in some form. And it can be through your physical appearance, it can be through the way you speak, it can be through the promotional material that you put out there, it can be through artwork, it can be through
how you put a spell together.
How you put a spell together privately. It doesn't have to be any of the above. So,
and that's the thing, I think lots of people just need to kind of come to the realization that nothing is ever wrong, because if it doesn't work out the way that you expected it to, it worked out the way it was supposed to.
I need to pop my ears 1 second.
So there might be a lesson in there that you need to learn, or a different direction that you need to go in, or do you know what I mean? I have always been a perfectionist my whole friggin' life, and I think that's because so much was expected of me, being the only girl out of 6 children.
Yes.
The standards were always higher.
The thing is too, you had a completely different upbringing to your brothers, because you're the only girl.
Yeah.
Completely different upbringing.
Yeah. And that was always really hard. Because of that, I was always a perfectionist, and I was always a people pleaser, and I was a yes person. And it's only now that I have kind of stepped into my own power. I'm just like, fuck it. I am gonna do it my own way. And when I started my witchcraft journey, I used to always go to Naomi and go, am I doing this right?
Yeah, you did.
What do I do? And now I'm just like, if I don't have a purple candle and I need a purple candle, but I've only got a blue one, I'm just gonna fucking use a blue one. Or I'll use a white one. It doesn't matter. I'm getting very Irish in my accent, because I get very passionate.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I have always been such a perfectionist, and now I'm just like, do you know what? Fuck that. Just stand in your own power, be your own person, be true to yourself, stop trying to people please.
Yeah. So that's how it's meant to be. That's how it's always meant to be. Go out. Either way, if you can hear them, they're in the kitchen playing a game, even though we told them to be quiet. Girls, can you be quiet?
It's just our daughters.
It's both our daughters. They get very passionate about their gaming.
Like we do.
I can hear them going, no, Yeah, so we were talking about like witchy friends, and we were talking about like hesitation and like how I'm having these like tower moments. And actually, you know how Danny has the full tower card tattooed on her arm?
Yeah.
Every time I see it, I go, that would give me fucking anxiety to see that every day on my arm because I hate the tower. So the fact that she has it on her
I
hand.
wonder why she's got it there. Has she ever said?
I literally, well, as you know, I have watched every
That's
single
why I'm
member
asking.
video, and I don't recall her ever mentioning why she got the tarot card in particular.
So, Danny, you're probably not watching this, but if you are, we'd really love to know
Yeah,
why
we'd
you've
love
got
to know
the
why
tower
the
tattoo
tower-
on your arm.
Yeah, but it's such a like, and actually, I can see how she would do. Like, if you have a problem with that card, I can see how it's empowering to have it on you. But for me, I'm like, holy fuck, that would freak me out
You're like,
every day. Every time I saw it, I'd be like, no, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's like, no thanks.
But it's not a card.
I'd rather have the devil on.
But it's not a card that people would usually choose to have tattooed. Or
I know, and I think
somewhere,
that's
or-
because she really embraces change, and she embraces that sort of chaos and that change, and she's quite good at it.
Yeah.
And she's quite good at navigating that space.
But I think too, like when you understand the tower card, like you said, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
mean
It doesn't actually have evil, or not evil, but just. I just don't like it because in my life, when it comes up, there are always things that happen that freak me out, and I just have a difficult time when that happens.
But then could
So I
you
don't
look at
like
it
it.
from the flip? I know you can't because of your personal situation, but looking at it from a different perspective, once you get through that dark time or that hurt or whatever
Yes,
it is,
Yeah.
you've got a clear landscape to build whatever you want.
You do, and that is true because that is what happens, and you grow exponentially after you come through a difficult challenge, right? And you are a different person through that experience. But
It's that experience.
the problem with me is when the experience comes up, I know it's going to be very difficult for me, and I know I'm going to have to put a lot of work and effort into it. So for me, I get very like, probably disheartened is the most word. So it's not like I don't ever not accept the challenge because I'm just not like that. I'm very resilient, even though I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. But when it comes, when it comes up, I go, no,
Not another one.
like I fucking don't want another one. I'm just after the last one, like, which is why I have a hard time accepting if things are going to be good for us. I'm like, yeah, but like they might not be, and it's like I have a hard time. But that's fine because that's why I journal. That is why I constantly try to reaffirm that that's not the case, and that's why it's so good doing it with somebody because you don't have to like if I'm having a freak out, Kira's like, I'm here. Kira arrives with the fire extinguisher. Where's the fire? I'll put it out for you. It's fine.
But you do that for me too. Like there are times when I have a freak out, and you're like, no, it'll be fine. Like it'll be what it'll be, and
Yeah,
that's
we're
okay.
doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it. Yeah.
Like I'll probably freak out an hour before I'm on stage. But you'll be like,
I'm
just
so used
go
to
and
being
have your
thrust.
wee, pop a mint, you'll be fine.
I think I'm used to that though because I actually don't particularly like public speaking, but I can do it because I used to instruct kids in jiu-jitsu, and then I did that for years, right? And then I helped out my parents all the time. And then in school, oh my fucking God, didn't I tell you that? I used to have to read the Bible on stage all the time. And that fucking goddamn teacher always cornered me in school, and I hated it. And I could never say no because I have an issue saying no to people. And she's like, Naomi, I need someone to read the fucking verse in the morning. I'd be like, no! And in my head, I'd be like, oh my God, I shit my pants. And you're an awkward teenager. You know what I mean? Like, and I was super tall as a kid. I mean, I'm 5'10", but like I was taller than everybody, and I was just this big gangly sprite. And I wanted to just hide so much in high school, and I couldn't because I was too tall. And I was like, oh, nobody ever messed with me though, like because they knew I did jiu-jitsu and they knew I had an older brother, and I think they just were like, oh no, I might not mess with her just in case she like brings out some kung fu move. Which I never did because I literally would die if someone tried to confront me. Also, I was taller than everybody, so nobody really did anything. But I wanted to hide, and I kept getting thrust into the limelight, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to read it. And then also, like, I can read, But there are some times where she would say to me,
under the pump like that,
when you're under the pump, you're like, I don't know what that word says. And you're like, it's just the word the. And you're like, how do you pronounce it? You start freaking out. And then, like, I used to say to the teacher, can I read it before I go on? And she's like, there's no time. We're going on in 10 minutes. And I'd be like, holy fuck. So I used to think, oh my God, if there are big words in there that I've forgotten how to say, or maybe, or like, you're only like, what? I mean, how old are you in first year? Like, you're like 12?
12 and 15, yeah.
And I especially used to hate it when it was a verse that went on to a second page that was over the... That didn't happen too often, but when it went over to the second page, and you never knew till you got to the end and you were like, it doesn't make sense to end it here.
Let's turn 15 pages.
But I always used to imagine you've lifted too many pages, then you're trying to find the verse and you're like, sorry, and there's 1,500 people in assembly.
And they're all going, look at that.
Yeah. And the thing is, I know nobody's listening because no kids listen. They're not listening to the
awkward pause.
They're not listening to the Christian verse from the Bible.
What's going on with her?
But, and I always used to think as well, will I be too close to the microphone? And it's going to make this weird nose. Or if I knock it over accidentally and it like goes into the crowd, and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm going to die. But when I turned the page, I remember it hitting the microphone because the Bible was huge. The Bible they gave you was this big giant thing. And it would like flip over like that and it would like scrape the top of the microphone. It would go shh on the microphone and I'd be like, and then I'd be scrambling to find the verse and go, but it maybe had like one word and then it was full stop. And I was like, oh, for fuck. That's it. Amen.
How the fuck did we get on to talking about reading the Bible?
Because I'm saying I don't have a fear of public speaking because I've had to go through that since
carry the Bible.
If someone said read a verse from the Bible in front of 1,500 people, I'd say absolutely not. I'm traumatized from that from school. And because I did it all the time as a favor, that teacher cornered me all the fucking time to do it.
What did she do for you as a favor?
Nothing. She wasn't even my teacher. I only knew her because she made, I think another teacher had said, get that girl Naomi to do it. I mean, and I didn't go to, all the schools are Christian schools in Northern Ireland, not so much now, but they were back then.
I think they all still teach religion.
They all still, it's like compulsory to learn Christianity. So, anyway, I don't even know why we're talking about that. We're just saying like how we have different strengths and people have different things. So I don't like it, but I can do it quite, I suppose I can converse quite easily. And maybe Danny has the tower because she likes change or she embraces change, which is what you should do, but it is very hard to embrace change when you, naturally we fight against it because it always does require some sort of challenge and difficulty. But for me, I hold, I think, bad vibes towards it. And so it just freaks me out.
Maybe she just really likes it.
Some people just love it. I am not like, you like that? What? Do you get freaked out at change? I think you get less freaked out as you get older. You get easy.
When there's change coming in at work, I think because I do, like my job can be very repetitive. It's different in its own way, but the process is very repetitive.
Yeah.
So when they bring in a new process at work, I do get a bit freaked out about that. But within like a day or so, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I was a kid. Adam hated this about me when we first got together. Every 2 weeks, my bedroom would be completely changed around.
Oh, why did you do that?
I don't know. I just liked to move stuff around and it just kind of freshened it up and changed the energy. And
so you do. So you wouldn't, I wouldn't say you thrive on it, but you welcome it.
Yeah. Because I think it always brings new opportunities.
I don't welcome it at all. I build a fence and go, don't come anywhere near me. I'm not ready for you. I'm not ready. Hi. Kira just pushes me into it.
Let's
anyway.
go.
Let's go.
Like, we're on in 5.
I'm like, oh, it's the Bible all over again. But anyway.
Actually, what we were talking about today in the car was friendships and surrounding yourself with people who
are the right vibe.
Yeah. So you know, a lot of the time you have these obligatory friendships where you feel obliged to say yes, or you feel obliged to do something, or you feel obliged to catch up, but I guess, well, what was it you said to me?
Because I said you have like these obligations at the minute from people you've known years ago, but you barely catch up and you've nothing in common, and your kids used to go to school back when they were in prep, but that was like 11 years ago now, and different things. And I said to you, you're falling into the trap of this spatial alchemy, where we talk about spatial alchemy isn't just about your home, it's about work and everywhere, where if you don't get rid of the old to bring in the new, you get stuck. And that sounds terrible because you're talking about people, and I don't mean like, get rid of them, just, be gone, people. But be gone of the obligations of like, yes, I am friends with some of the mothers who are friends with because they're friends with my daughter, their daughters are friends with my daughter, but that doesn't, but I say to you, but we don't really have anything in common, like we don't really hang out. And if Bella went to university eventually and disappeared or whatever, I wouldn't talk to those people again. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that, like, it's like, well, you're not in my circle of, like, the thing is too, I always say, like, are you in the circle of trust of, like, where you see that friendship? My sister has it, and I said to my sister, if you cancer tomorrow, it's a terrible thing to say, but if you cancer tomorrow, would you want to go and do that thing? And my sister was like, no, I definitely wouldn't. Yeah. And I said, then there you go. Why is your time less valuable just because you're sick or you're not sick?
Yeah.
It's the same amount of time. It has to be valuable, and it doesn't mean you can have to be a dick or anything else, but you can certainly be more selective with where your energy is going and where your value is going. Yeah. And if other people don't understand that,
they're not your people.
They're not your people.
Even more so than before. But, we get on so well together because we have so much in common. We balance each other out. We complement each other.
Yeah.
We call each other out on bullshit. And you should have that with the people that you want to spend the most time with.
Yeah, you do.
You know, I can literally.
I don't want to talk about random, or it's like sometimes the obligatory friends are, you talk almost like you would talk at work.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to do that.
I mean, obviously you still have to have those acquaintances, because otherwise I would literally be living in Naomi's house, and I'm pretty sure Adam wouldn't be very happy. But, you have acquaintances.
That's different.
But that's different. Like, the people that you choose to spend your free time with has to be very sacred. And that includes, who we choose to spend our time with when we're doing the craft. So when we go to Circle, we have specifically chosen the circle that we go to because that means so much to us, because of the connection, the people that run it, the people who attend, the space that we are in, what we get from it, what we give to it.
Yeah.
There is so much. It's not just, I'm going to this just because, it makes me look cool because I can go to this. And that's what we want to create with our community as well.
Yeah.
Like the community that we are trying to bring together, because obviously not everyone can go to the same circle that we go to, because there's no room left. It's a fabulous circle, but there is no room. Like, you can't have 30 people in a circle. It just doesn't work. It spreads out the magic. It just wears it too thin.
It doesn't, because it's just not the same. It's not the same intimate, it's like saying that you're close with 40 people in a room together. And it's like, it's not the same as if you were speaking one-on-one with your best friend. That's not the same.
So we want to be able to create that space for other people who don't have the luxury of being able to join the circle that we go to every fortnight.
And there's lots of people that we've met in the, down at the Soul Cauldron and everything. There's loads of people that we've met and talked to, and they're having they're similar age, they're going through difficult times in their life, or they just live in a life of challenge, or this, that, and the other. And it's like, we want to bring those people together because there should always be a safe space, especially for females and women in the craft in particular. It should be a safe space for everybody to feel connected, if not to another female in the craft, at least connected to deity or divinity or spirit, or the land, if that's how you see your craft more, whatever it is, we want to help people feel connected to wherever they want to feel connected, so they just feel less alone and they feel like they are empowered and they are inspired to do things.
So it's like we were talking to Julie today, my friend who we caught up with for brunch. It is so hard to make friends at our age.
New friends, yeah.
It's so difficult because like everybody's worried about what somebody else is going to think, or especially in the witch community.
Yeah.
Like it's not something that you go up to people and you go, "Hey, I'm a witch," because they go, Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got to go out, word of mouth, find your community, find your space,
try out different things, speak to a bunch of different people. And also, if you're new in the craft or newish, you've got to understand or know what your craft is. Like, as in, you have to have a, like, not a theme, but like a vibe because the thing is, like, other people who practice a completely different craft to me, I wouldn't necessarily, if I wanted to talk about something in specific, I'd want to go to someone like you or my mum or speak to my nan or whatever and ask them that. But I wouldn't because the craft is different everywhere. So it's a good idea to have an idea of what you want or what you're looking to attract or who your sort of people are. And if you have no idea at all, that is why you have to come to these things like events, circles, workshops. You just come to them. Just come to them on your own and meet people and see what happens. And if it's terrible and you hate it, don't come. That's fine. Don't have to go back. Go somewhere else, but don't let it
deter you.
Yeah. Be skeptical. It's okay to be skeptical, but don't let it rob you of a magical experience.
Yeah.
I have to remember that when I was getting freaked out earlier, and you were like, "You're living in a tower card," and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so in a tower card right now." I was like, "Yeah, it's okay to be skeptical, but I can't let it rob me of a magical experience." Mm-hmm. And it is magical. This whole experience is magical. Life is magical. The craft is magical. Our witchy sisters are magical. And what an amazing community too, when you think about the strength that's behind it. And like, I always think like, when you think of practical magic and you think of when the phone tree and then when she needs like them to all come and they all come even though they were haters and this, that and the other. And it's like, because at its core, women need other women.
Absolutely.
And at their core, women will come to your aid. And I think we want to just help create that space more. And we want to help create that interconnectedness more so that it's like, call your witchy sister. Do you have an, it's like, I know I can call my witchy sister anytime. And it doesn't matter how many times I call her or how many times I bother her because she's never bothered by it. Because the difference is because you're not a taker either, right? And when I feel good or I feel like somebody's given us their time, I always want to give back. And I always want to be like, oh, if there's anything I can do for you. And, like we were talking to the Soul Cauldron. It was your idea. It was so funny when you came up with that. And we were talking to Paul and Marina, who we just love to pieces, to be quite honest. They're just two really beautiful people. And they put just so much, you can tell the love they have for the craft and the magic and just even for their shop and the people that come into it. Yeah. And Kira was like, we want to just come and like help you out. If you like need to go somewhere, we want to just come and watch the store for you for free. We just want to come and do it because we love you and we love the store and we just want to come and like talk to people who are obviously in there to look at witchy stuff and do loads of different things. And I was like, and when you said it, I was like, that is just such a wonderful idea. And they don't have to take you up on it, which is totally fine if they don't, because, it's their baby at the end of the day. But we were really, like, when you said it, I was like, that is such a wonderful idea. And that is a great way. You're basically volunteering your time, again, in the community that we care about to help bring people together or to help with that connectedness. Or just to be like we sort of joked and said, like, we could just put somewhere, come and ask us a question, right? We're both witches in the craft that come from Ireland and our stuff is obviously different from other people's. Come and ask us a question if you've got a question, or if you're stuck with something in your craft or you're not sure of something, come down and ask us.
So that might be coming.
As Kira said, we're just going to do it anyway. Let's just do it anyway.
Just going to turn up one day and go,
Just gonna
hi.
Hi. We're
I'm
here
just
to
going to
help.
set my bag at the back.
I can do the till for you. So we're just going to, these are just all the things we've been, and we feel like that because they've given a lot to us.
They have encouraged us so much.
And we don't mean physically, like material resources, even though they have been very kind, but they've been so generous with their time and their energy and their support.
Yeah. They're so supportive. Like,
so
right
supportive.
from the get-go. From that very first day we were talking to them in the shop.
Incredibly
Right
supportive. And when you feel that from the witchy community and you feel it from your sister, it's just like nothing. It's not like a regular friendship. It's totally different. It is magical.
It's like everybody's here and you're up here.
Yeah, on a different higher frequency.
On your different frequency, just
vibing with all the higher energy.
And I don't mean that in an egotistical way where we're
you just mean like people. As in vibrationally.
Like, it lifts your vibration, and I absolutely believe that your frequency and your vibration attracts the same frequency and vibration that's out there. So if you're trying to manifest things in your life, if you're on this mundane, downer, shitty vibration, you're not going to get it. It doesn't matter how much you want, whatever you want, you're not going to get it. And in order for us to be able to create this community that we want to see out there, we've got to put ourselves in that as well. And that's why I want to be a part of Marina and Paul's space, because they're just beautiful people. And you can see that they have given that out so much, and I want to give that back to them. I don't know if people give that back to them, but I know that that is a small thing that I can do, and Naomi will come
Which is your time, right? It's like we don't have financial resources to like do anything really, because we're all in this economic shithole that is the current country. But we do have our time, and we have our energy, and we can. And it's here. You're so right. You're actually just so spot on with that, because it's about how you show up. And like I have very difficult days sometimes, and have very difficult things that happen, but I can choose. And that doesn't mean you have to fake a smile. Absolutely not. If you have mental health issues or you have problems, see a psychologist, see a professional. Like, I have a wonderful team around me because I work in psychology. So I have just a wonderful, I'm not a psychologist. People get that confused. I just work in psychology. But I have a wonderful team of psychologists anyway who give me advice or who this, that, and the other. And I have my own psychologist that I see. So you should see people if things are very difficult. But if you choose to do something like come to a witchy workshop or go to a circle or anything like that, choose to show up in a higher frequency. You'll get more out of it.
You'll get out what you put in, and then some. Like if you just go thinking, oh, what is this going to give me? What am I going to get out of this? You'll get absolutely nothing. Like you'll come out feeling flat.
You have to be open. You can't be open. You can't be in the space of negativity. You can be going through difficult times and challenge, but still be open to receiving support and help and abundance in your life. That is what happens when I meet you and I have a chat with you and I say, I just need to rant, or I just need to say this. I just need to do this. And then I feel better, right? Because I've just like let it all go out into the atmosphere, and it hasn't changed my circumstances or my situation, but I still feel open to receiving abundance and love from you and kindness from you. And it's like, that's all I needed. Great. But if you have to breathe, that's exactly right. It's about being open and choosing how to show up. Yeah. And that can be through speech. It can be through your, as Hartley says, through your avatar. Yeah. Right? She decorates her entire avatar in this life, and it's fabulous, by the way. So beautiful. She is so beautiful. She's such a beautiful person, and she's just, oh my God. I know if my daughter met her, she'd be like, I'm going to do that when I'm older. What do you want to be? I just want to be Hartley. Okay.
I want to be a Hartley.
She would. She's just suited for that work. But show up with what you wear on your body, how you perceive yourself, how you want others to perceive you, whatever. Through your art, if you're quite introverted, or through writing, through poetry, doesn't matter. Singing. Through dance, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Show it any way that you feel you can show it. But start off small. Just say like, oh, I can't do any of those things because I have severe anxiety, or I have this, or I have that. And it's like, what can you do? That is something small that you can put out there and say, I'm open to this.
Light a candle. Light a candle and say a word of gratitude. Start small.
Right? That's your first step to being open.
It doesn't have to be a big fancy candle, just one of those little tea lights in the silver foil thing. Just like that. Yeah. I am grateful to be able to breathe and light this candle. Just something simple. The more you do it, the easier it will be.
Yeah, you got to practice. You got to put the work in. Anyway, that really wasn't. That was it, wasn't it?
That was a big long ranting,
We were
talking,
chatting about everything, but I just want people.
We just thought it was really interesting what we were talking about in the car. We literally should just press record in the car.
I did say that. I said we should just be recording this conversation, bringing people along with us. We did go out because we went out to some witchy shops and we found some like old books, and not in witchy shops. Sorry, we were just looking around.
If you go to the Soul Cauldron, there's some really cool shops in the back,
in the flower
downstairs, upstairs. Yeah, go and check them out.
Little vintagey type stuff, and we found some really like cool little things. And we were on the hunt for ingredients actually for some stuff that we're putting together. It's quite hard to get. And I was like, oh, we're gonna have to go for a hunt for that. And Kira's like, road trip. We can do that.
So yeah, watch this space for. Well, you can see the new branding on the YouTube channel. We have a few things coming in the pipeline, so keep an eye out for those. If you don't already follow us on Instagram, jump over there and follow us, the Green Witches of Ireland, because that's where we post everything. And we've got our link tree in there, which will have links to everything that's coming up. Like I said earlier, we're starting up a circle at the Soul Cauldron in 2 weeks from yesterday.
We don't know if it'll be regular or not.
Yeah.
We're not really sure. We just sort of like, a couple of people have mentioned about this, there's not being a space for that sort of stuff in that area. So, and we sort of thought, why don't we just hold something, see what happens.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got that coming up. We've got a big festival that we're doing at the end of the year.
Yes, Beltane Fire Festival. We're doing workshops there too.
Yeah, so just watch this space, watch for the new things coming, join us for the ride.
Or don't. Find your people.
Or
if we're not it, that's okay.
Comment that we're weirdos and you're out. Salada. But until next time.
Yeah.
Keep your magic moving.
Yeah, keep your magic flowing and moving, you beautiful people.
Bye.
Ciao.